What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to DylanTalksTone 2. Welcome to the second channel. Uh, if you're not familiar, Dylan Talks Tone, that's our normal guitar channel. We talk about guitar stuff. You can go over there and subscribe. You can subscribe here if you want. This is just kind of an outlet for places that stuff I don't have a place for on the regular channel. Usually one of the things we'll do is we'll go through videos comments a week later. It's a little weird. It usually keep better up, but I'll just give you a little catch up. So we were gone on vacation for a week. We went to Michigan, family reunion stuff. It was super fun. And then we came back. I was back for like 3 or 4 days. And then Brianna and I drove to Colorado. And so we took the van, went to Colorado, built a guitar that we're working on for something we've got going. If you are a Patreon member or a YouTube member, you might be in the tier that's part of the monthly Patreon hangout. So we'll talk about that tonight on the monthly Patreon hangout thing. We get together the last Monday of every month. So you'll hear more about that. Otherwise, it'll be a few weeks before you see any more about that. Anyway, it was really fun, but we're back in the shop now, and so I figured I would go over the last Monday video that I have. We'll go over a few things here, just for fun. That why you were stuck on tonewood video was pretty fun. It's cool because I really wanted people to just kind of give their thoughts on what was important to them about guitar construction, like, especially what it's made of, because people get so stuck on these various ideas, but like, why? Like, what's behind that? I mean, you can say what somebody says on the internet, or you can repeat what you've been told, but like, why? Like, for you, what makes the difference? And man, a lot of people were just like, I don't really care. I just like guitars, and which is exactly kind of my point. You can argue about stuff for the sake of arguing about it, but when it really comes down to it, you're gonna go in the store and you're gonna be like, hey, that's a cool looking guitar. I want that. Oh, it's made out of a certain something. Oh, I'm not gonna buy that. The percentage of people that do that is actually pretty low. From what I've learned over the last decade, 12, 13 years of doing this, or at least having a channel, the millions of views that we've gotten, the minority of people really make a huge deal out of it. There's one interesting comment here. It doesn't exactly hold water, especially for the critics of tonewood, or for the people that really believe in tonewood, but it is funny. And it is also, well, let me just read the comment, and then I'm going to tell you why I love this comment so much. Okay. He says, speed of light. Electromagnetic wave created from strumming, picking electric guitar string. Distance from string to pickup. The speed of electricity, not the same as speed of light, as it travels from the pickup through the guitar's electronics to the amp to the speaker. Now calculate the time it takes the neck or the bodywood to begin resonating. The time of adding 1 to 3 is supernaturally faster than the time of 4. He's right. The guitar will resonate, but by the time it catches up to the notes and frequencies being played, most likely will be out of phase. He is also right. This is very interesting. This is what the math says. People, tonewood matters and blah, blah, blah. And then he goes on to percussive versus electric. And I've thought about that a lot over the years. I've never actually said anything about it in the video because somebody's going to pick it apart. But in some way, but okay. I love this, that somebody went to the trouble to think this through. Okay. First of all, he's right. All right. Does that mean that he's 100% accurate all the way through the science, all the way through? No, because at some point, well, let's just say that the biggest thing is he's right about the out of phase thing. Because if you have the string going this way or the magnetic field going this way and the wood going this way, it cancels each other out. What's interesting is in an acoustic guitar where this really does matter, the sound actually stops. Okay, so if you have actual physical motion fighting against each other, the sound will actually stop. And this does actually prove the fact that the vibration of the string and what you're hearing out of the amp is that's what's related. The vibration of the guitar is not related, because if it truly was, if the electrical signal was out of phase with the actual vibration, it would stop. That's what out of phase means. He's right about that. The reason, I mean, you could really get into the weeds on this. And so people that like really believe in tonewood, like, you know, have it tattooed on the small of their back and stuff, those folks would find something to argue about. But it's just really interesting. I love it. I guess what I'm saying is, I love it that somebody would think about this enough in a very logical way. And yes, you could really dig into that and say, okay, well, it doesn't totally apply here, here, and here, because vibrational phase will, on the mechanical side versus the electrical side, there's more to be dove into there. But I guess the real point, even beyond all that, is the fact that it makes so little difference. One of the things that I think we forget about here is tolerance is the wrong word. Margin of error. So when you the simple fact that it has to be discussed means that it doesn't matter. Okay, so if you put a strap pickup in a guitar and then you put a humbucker in a guitar, you go, well, that sounds like a strap pickup and that sounds like a humbucker, right? There's very little to discuss, because the margin of error between those two sounds is so great that you can tell the difference, right? When you get to a point where there has to be discussion and you're within a margin of error, and then your opinion can push you either way, it's nearest makes no difference the same, so it doesn't matter. The simple fact that you have to argue about something means that it doesn't matter. Period. I'm not saying that something doesn't make a difference. I'm saying that the difference is so small that there's no point in arguing about it. And so that's why I love comments like that, because he does. And what's interesting about this whole topic, I think, is so neat, is the majority of folks feel this way. I've been doing this for 13 years, been on YouTube for a long time. How many views do we have? Let's just see. It's not a lot. This is going to sound like a lot, but it's not a lot in YouTube land, right? Our views are actually pretty low in comparison to like how long we've been doing this and stuff. So this is not, I'm not doing this to brag. This is actually pretty low. Let's see. Lifetime views. Okay. 18.5 million. So 18.5 million views. Over whatever this is, 11 years. So my YouTube channel is 11 years old, 12 years old. So, and the amount of folks who say that they want to argue about this, that they get super passionate and angry about this, is actually really low. If we were to go through all the comments and count up all of the video or all the comments of people that make a big deal out of this, and then, divide it by this 18.5 million, it's probably a couple hundred. There's probably a couple hundred people out of 18.5 million who are like, so I think it's very validating for me to realize that people care more about just playing guitar and having fun. I know that a lot of folks go to our channel and they say, well, we really want the technical stuff. We really want the nerdy stuff. What we're finding out lately is they really don't. We're really enjoying the conversations about guitar. We're really having fun and getting views. And here's what I'll tell you. And again, this is not about view counts, but view counts do give you like an indication of obviously what people are interested in, because they're not going to click on it if they're not interested. But what I've found lately, and this is just sort of tangential, I didn't even mean to get into this in this video, but whatever, that's what this channel's for, is that what I've found lately is that people are interested. So, okay, view counts, you know, you could get into normal YouTuber speak and look into analytics and be like, oh, we're getting more views on this video, so that's why I'm going to make this. But really what it comes down to is if somebody doesn't like your stuff, they're not going to watch your stuff. So what are people interested in? What people are interested in lately is some of these conversation videos. So in the last 2 months, our top videos are the driving around in the car videos, which that's really weird because people say they hate them because of the road noise and stuff. We're fixing that. We're getting that's going to be better this week. We didn't make one last week because we're in the van and the van is so loud. If I do it in my Audi, it's super quiet. So, and I'm going to start using a lav mic, I think. Why are we stuck on tonewood? The discussion video where we get in the comments and chat about this stuff. So really understanding the why. How good is your sense of guitar tone? These videos are what people are enjoying the most. Now there's a couple of how-tos in here. The 250K pots versus 500K pots, that's pretty popular. How to ground a guitar, that's pretty popular. 2-wire versus 4-wire pickups. So those are in the top 10 for the last couple months. But what's interesting is these discussions where we're like diving into guitar culture, where we're diving into the why of why we do stuff, is really, really fun. Of course, every week we're going to have a technical video. Like that's what we're going to do. But I also want to continue to have these conversations. I think they're great. I guess my question to you then, I mean, this is the second channel. It's not going to get as many views and you're going to just, we're just going to talk about it in the comments, right? Does that stuff interest you? Because here's the thing, okay? My entire, the whole reason I do this, there's the commercial side, right? Which is we need to sell pickups to make a living. Like I have a family to support, right? But the way you do that in 2025 is really about community. It's not, I mean, I know we make awesome stuff. That's not the problem. We make great stuff. So, but a lot of people make great stuff. Like we don't make the best, I mean, I say we make the best P90s in the world, but really when it comes down to it, there's a lot of people that make great stuff. And I would choose other people's stuff too, right? We all would. We choose a variety of things. But what it really comes down to is giving people a place to come and talk about guitar stuff. And it's a little idealistic, I suppose, but I've always felt that being safe from all the haters and I'll take it. I don't care. People can say whatever they want about me. It doesn't matter. The folks that really know me in person know that none of that stuff is true, that all the haters say, right? So I don't care about that. But what I will say is creating an environment where people can just hang out and talk about guitar stuff, whatever it is, and not have that stuff. That's what makes our channel what it is. And so talking about guitar stuff in general, to me, and giving people a place for that without arguing, without all that anger stuff, has been the fun part of it. And I feel like for the most part, we've done a pretty good job of that. If you go through our comments section, well, first of all, I've probably only ever deleted out of 18.5 million views, a dozen people, like blocked from the channel. Actually, I could tell you, I have a list. I think it's probably about 15 people. I actually have a list because it shows me everybody that I've ever blocked from the channel. So we know that the percentage of haters is actually pretty low. And I just think that's neat. I think that's neat. And so, again, this is a tangent off of what I meant to talk about today, but finding out what people are really interested in when it comes to this guitar stuff is really fun. I'm really, really enjoying it. And the answer is becoming different than what I thought. And so I appreciate everybody who who hangs with us through all of our experiments, and because we're going to be doing some more experiments. And I know, just so you guys know, this hurts me every time. So if we put out a video and I'm like, hey, I want to try this new idea, if somebody's interested in it, see if people are interested in it, and they're not, really hurts me. Because if views are down, then sales of pickups are down. I don't make any money from YouTube. We make some, but not enough to make a living. Pays a couple. Let's just say the YouTube revenue, just inside baseball here, YouTube revenue pays like 3 small bills. Okay, basically, that's it. Like monthly around the house bills, related to the business, but like the power bill and stuff. It's a couple small bills. I think it's 3 that it pays. Other than that, we don't. I mean, it ain't gonna pay a house payment. It doesn't pay car payments and all that stuff. It doesn't pay all that. So, we don't make a living from YouTube. But the view count, I care about it because it's eyeballs on our product. That's what I care about. So every time we make a video that's a little risky when it comes to, are people going to watch this? I feel it over there. I feel it on the amount of pickups that we make for the month. And that directly affects me making a living. We have to support, I've got a new, Brianna works for us now. So we're, and I got a grandbaby. Like, we're supporting the whole family here, so it's important. But I'm willing to take the risks because I want to know, and I want to have a positive environment for people. I think it's really cool. Anyway, again, this got way off in the weeds, but I guess that's what this is for. It's super fun. We really only looked at one comment. There's a whole bunch of comments on these videos, but I think we don't need to look at all of them because it's pretty general in that respect. Anyway, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button on this channel because just for fun, if nothing else, and go check out the other channel, DylanTalksTone.com, as well as go to DylanTalksTone. Well, yeah, DylanTalksTone.com and buy pickups and guitars and stuff. There you go.